Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness, this weather, this football season. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be back here chatting with you guys. The weather has been perfect out for the past 2 weeks. I have been obsessed. We are into the football season officially. We, of course, will be talking about that. I just went and did some fall decor shopping, decorated my whole front porch this morning, and I am in the full fall mood. It is here and it is here to stay for a good bit. But I hope everyone had an amazing week. I hope everyone's football team won, and if they didn't win, then hopefully your team played well. I will be getting into my team in a minute. But yes, September. Oh my gosh, we're in the best months. I don't know what it is. It hit, I want to say maybe it was a little over a week ago. I went outside and it was, I think, 71 degrees with a breeze and the sun out. And low 70s with the sun and a breeze is my favorite weather in the whole entire world. I don't like it too hot. I don't like it too cold. And I was just in the best mood. And I've been in the best mood the past couple of weeks. I don't know what it is. It's something about these months that I just get so much dopamine. And I've been loving it. I've been taking advantage. And I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are loving this weather, loving just this time. And yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and get into all of our fun stories for this week. I have so much to talk to you guys about. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into all of it. I'm just not realizing I totally forget to say my catchphrase, but also you guys know what it is. It's literally everywhere. And if I say it every week, you're probably going to get annoyed of it. So I'm just going to say that I'm doing it and not saying it for that, so that you guys don't have to hear it every week. But I literally just forgot what it was just now. But that's okay. All right, so let's talk football really quickly because I just kind of want to get out of the way. If you know me, you know that I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. It's just been my team since I came out of the womb. And I'm thankful that that's the team that I was born into. Because if you know me, I pretty much go by colors when I'm looking at football teams. Growing up, always loved the Seahawks because of their colors. I love the Ravens, purple, but the Miami Dolphins, to me, and I'm not even just saying this because it's the team I grew up with. I mean, their colors, it doesn't get any better than their colors. They are the best. I love it. Anytime I see a Miami Dolphins, any type of gear or sweatshirt or clothing or apparel or anything like that, I'm it's just the best. We have the best team colors in the whole NFL. You can fight me on it, but it's true. And I like to say that makes up for the way that we absolutely suck as a team. And every year I get very optimistic. This year, for whatever reason, I wasn't thinking about it constantly, oh my gosh, it's our first game, blah, 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 until it happened. And then we sat down and we were watching football all weekend, last weekend. And if you watch the game, it was so bad. I had to just not even watch anymore. And it's not even of oh, my team lost, boo-hoo. It's we literally, I'm pretty sure, did the worst out of every single NFL team that played that first week. And it just, it's been hurting. It's a lot. It sucks when your team lets you down, but it's another wave of sadness when, they literally did the worst out of everyone and everyone's making fun of it and everyone knows that you're a fan of them. And it's you see all the other teams, my, one of my friends is a Bills fan, and, it's good for her that she gets to enjoy watching that game, because that was a really great game. I did watch that game, but I like to say it's okay because I do stay loyal to them. I do still love them. I know that I'm going to one day be on this earth and they will do good one year. I don't know how old I'll be when I get to see that, but I do still have faith in them. I do still love them. I will still continue to support them. If they didn't have the cute, amazing colors, I would probably be bandwagoning onto my husband's team or someone else's team, but I can't do it. I'm always gonna be a Miami girl, and it's fine. It's fine. There's, you know what? The comeback story is gonna be way better than just a team that's doing well all the time. You know what I mean? It's we get the Chiefs, they win all the time and they're just so annoying. I don't even want to see them on my screen. But the Dolphins, they'll have a comeback. I know they will. Please. But yeah, that's how my weekend went. I I am an Auburn fan, so that's good because that at least gives me some team that I can watch that will win when it comes to college football. But yeah, what a rough first week for us. But I did still enjoy all of the football. I also lost both of I'm in like 3 fantasy leagues. I lost all of them. It's okay. I'm just doing it for the fun of it. I just really enjoy watching the football, and I enjoy like all the snacks and appetizers. So that was my football in a nutshell. Hopefully your team won. Pretty much like all of my friends, their teams won. So that was good. I could like cheer for them. And then there's me, just here. But yeah, now it's another weekend. I'm not going to get my hopes up. We also play the Bills on Thursday, and it came up. My husband and I were watching like College Game Day. Also, oh my gosh, my husband and I, we got a cable box. We now have just like normal live TV. It's so weird. I feel like I'm back in like my old house growing up and like using the TV remote. It's so fun, like flipping through channels. But we were watching College Game Day, and then it was like the Miami Dolphins take on the Bills, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I said something, and my husband was just like cracking up laughing. And it's just, that's going to be an interesting game because obviously the Bills like killed it on Sunday. But it's fine. Like it's fine. We just needed a week to warm up. They don't want to be too cocky and confident, so anyway, but yeah, cable TV, that's what's new with us. It's been interesting and fun. So anyway, before we also jump into the stories this week, I wanted to touch on it because it's been such a heavy week, and I've just felt like just so much, like I've just been sad all week. There's been so much sadness. The first thing obviously was the stabbing, and then right after that, Charlie Kirk, which was, it's just so, I don't even know. I don't have the words. The school shootings. And I think what's making it worse is I, unfortunately, am on social media all the time, and I had to see literally on just like normal Instagram, these just awful, horrible videos. And when I was watching the governor of Utah, he was talking, about how they were able to capture the guy with the Charlie Kirk incident. Thank goodness they found him. But he was just saying like our bodies were not biologically meant to see these videos and this just awfulness in the world. And the world is so full of evil right now. And it's been a lot, and it's made me kind of take a step back. I've been trying to limit my social media because I just think it's not doing any favors for the world. And I just want to encourage all of you. There is so much evil in the world, and there's also so much evil on social media and people hiding behind screens, and also just like we have access to so much that we shouldn't have access to. So I just encourage like to take some breaks from social media, from the scrolling, and it's just, the world is so sad right now. And I hate that these awful things are causing like division. And for me, it's like, this is just, it's a good and evil, right? And a lot of people, I think they feel like they need to pick a stance because they want to make it all political. And it's like, to me, this is not like political things. This is literally just evil people in the world. And to see how some people are reacting, it's frightening that I'm living in a world like this, where instead of like looking at these awful situations and, a family who just lost their father and a wife who lost her husband, and then it's like, oh, well, what about this? And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't, like, the world is just, it's been so scary for me, and I've just felt so much, and it's just been a lot. But I encourage everyone just to get off social media if you can. I've been getting back into the word. I've been playing just like good music. I've been getting outside and just trying to recenter and just try to make sense of it all. And the thing is, like, we're never gonna be able to make sense of anything. Like, at the end of the day, like, God's the only one who knows why things happen, and it's just awful. Like, this past week has been a lot. So I just encourage everyone, go do something for yourself too. Go do some self-care. It's been heavy. And if you were someone who saw the videos, I am so sorry. The fact that those were like posted and not blurred or anything, I think is disgusting. I think all the situations are just horrible and disgusting. And we're just in an evil world. We just are. And it's been a lot. It's been heavy. So I share the heaviness with everyone. And I pray for all the families. I pray for everyone, and hopefully, we can go up from here. But I don't know. It's been a lot. Anyway, I want to touch on that, but we're also going to get into some stories, some more lightheartedness. Hopefully I can put a smile on your face. Hopefully we can just try and, I don't know, not feel the heaviness for a bit, but yeah, I just had to touch on it. So anyway, now we can get into some of the stories of the week. I'm going to save my Dancing with the Stars story for the end of the episode, just in case you don't watch it, because this is going to be a very heavily Dancing with the Stars talked. I don't even know if that was a real sentence, but I'm going to talk very heavily a lot of Dancing with the Stars at the end. It's going to be a big portion of our episode. So I'm going to save it for the end just in case you don't watch, even though I encourage everyone to watch. And no matter who you are, like, I'm sure you know someone who's going to be on the show, and I know that you will enjoy it. So I think everyone should be watching the show. But if not, I'll put it to the end of the episode. But our first story is that a new Bachelorette was announced, and it is going to be Taylor, Frankie, Paul. If you are an avid Bachelor franchise watcher, you know that this is the time where a Bachelor would be announced, not a Bachelorette. So this was a big shock, not only who was going to be the Bachelorette, but also we're skipping over a Bachelor season, which honestly I'm okay with, because after Grant's season, downhill from there. So Taylor, Frankie, Paul, you probably have heard of her from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show and the whole Utah swinger scandal. And she's going to be Bachelorette. She's on this new journey. So on September 10th, the big announcement came because she went on Call Her Daddy, and that is how they announced it. She is 31 and went in and did this whole interview. She said, "What I'm most looking forward to is meeting a handful of people that are outside my bubble. I'm just excited to get to know different perspectives and new parts about myself too. It's outside of my comfort zone, so obviously it's scary. You're dealing with feelings and other people's feelings, and I don't really like to hurt other people's feelings, especially when you're being vulnerable and open." She said, "This isn't like the longest process, and time is ticking, so I'm nervous for that. It's just hard for me, and to pick and choose, I'm very like, so it'll be interesting." So again, if you don't know who she is, she was part of that whole scandal in Utah where there was like this soft swinging thing, and ended up getting this whole reality TV show called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And she's been with like 2 different guys, one of them Dakota, who she was most recently with. And there's just a lot that's going on in her life and that has gone on in her life. And I was honestly very shocked to see her coming to be a part of this show. And here's what I think is the reasoning behind her. Obviously, she is insanely well known. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show, I mean, they're everywhere. 2 of them are going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season. And we know the Bachelor franchise has been dwindling down in just views and general interest. And past seasons have not done very well. Obviously, Grant's season, not the best. Bachelor in Paradise was... ended up being a crap show because it turned into money and just like not the best. Even though I don't know if I talked about it, but Justin Spencer did win. They should have won. Happy for them. They're like engaged, moving in together, like love them. But the show in general just turned out to be crazy because they put money on the line, and that always makes people go crazy. But I think the Bachelor Nation we all thought it was gonna just like fizzle out and they weren't gonna do anything new really. And so I think they knew they needed to revive it somehow. And I'm sure they were looking for someone outside of Bachelor Nation who would draw in not just people who watch Bachelor, right? We want to draw in people who maybe stopped watching a long time ago, or people who maybe have never watched before, and who would draw people. And obviously Taylor, Frankie, Paul is huge right now. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is huge. And this is going to get a lot of attention. I've seen so much chatter online of, I'm definitely going to be tuning into this season now. This is going to get so many people watching the show. And on one hand, this is going to get so much viewership. This is going to bring in so many new people. This is going to bring in people who've stopped watching the Bachelor franchise. They're going to come back and watch this. But then on the other hand, I don't love this because to me, this is not going to feel very genuine, because she is this huge famous person, right? She's already on a reality show. She probably most likely is not going to find a guy in the short amount of time who she's going to marry. I think this is going to be very produced, and because of how big she is, and obviously they announced her, I feel like any guy who's applying is going to know they're going to be getting a lot of viewerships and a lot of followings, and I think there's going to be a lot of guys who are coming on not to get married, right? I would be surprised. I think most of them are going to be on just to be on the show, to meet her, but at the end of the day, they're on there because they know this is going to be a huge season, right? So it is kind of upsetting that I feel like we're straying away from finding love in people who actually want to get married and find someone, and I think this is going to be more of a produced and not as genuine season, because it's just, she's such a big celebrity. I don't know. What do you call her? Influencer? I don't know. So yeah, I think it's smart that they went outside of the Bachelor franchise. I know a lot of people wanted like Janae from Love Island. I think that would have been great. I think it would have been great to have someone who does want to settle down. I don't think, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen this last season of Secret Lives, but I know that she's had like 2 serious relationships. She apparently like gets into relationships really quickly, and I think she has a lot of like healing to do. And I don't think this is the right move for her to just start dating all these men. I think from what I've seen, she just needs a lot of inner work, and I think this is going to be a lot on her. I don't think she's going to come out of this engaged. I think it's going to be a lot about just getting the views and a lot of drama. I think they'll probably try to bring on potentially her ex Dakota. I think she apparently is talking to some guy right now, and she told him that like she was going on The Bachelorette. I'm sure they might bring him in onto the show. So I think it's going to be an entertaining season for sure. This is going to be really entertaining. Lots of drama. It's going to get lots of viewership, but it's not going to be as genuine as we've seen before. We're not going to get like a Joey Kelsey story, unfortunately. But again, I'm going to be tuning in. So they did well in getting the views up, and I think that's what they needed. I mean, they needed to do it at the end of the day. So anyway, that's our little Bachelor update. And we'll see how it is. I am excited. I'm just like, I hope she'll be okay. And I just know there's going to be a lot of crying, probably. Anyway, let's get into our next story about one of my favorite shows ever, White Lotus. And they have announced where they are going for the next season. So the White Lotus season 4 will reportedly take place in France. I love this so much. Obviously, season 3, we knew that after the shocking finale, there was going to be a season 4, and of course there is. They will be back in January, and it was renewed before, I'm pretty sure it was renewed before season 3 even came out. So they were in Thailand last season, and now we're going to be going to a hotel chain in France. Now, I don't know exactly where in France. We know that they shoot at the Four Seasons hotels, and I know there's a lot of different Four Seasons in France. I feel like the biggest thing would be like Paris, obviously, like with the Eiffel Tower, but I don't know. We don't know where they're going to do it. And they also said that some other locations that they were floating around would be Egypt and Mexico, because they both have 4-country properties, and it would be a great backdrop for wealthy tourists behaving badly. Yeah, I don't know. I love this. I think it's going to be really exciting to see where everything is. Like, if we're going to, again, get like the Eiffel Tower, like anything exciting like that. And next, we just want to know who's going to be in this season. There have been no casting announcements made. I wonder if someone's going to come back from previous seasons, or if we're just going to get new people. And yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see the plot. I can't wait to see just like the different families and couples coming in. I think this show is brilliant. It's very interesting to me. I know some people find it boring, but I love the show. I think it's so good to watch. And I also like how things connect between seasons, and I love the actors that they have on, and I've also discovered actors who I love and have wanted to see what else they're in. So I'm excited. I think it's a great location, and I'm ready for January because it's just such a good show. HBO Max just does really well with their shows and just like production in general. So I am very, very excited for that. Okay, our next story is super exciting because Disney Parks announced that the Cinderella Walt Disney World Castle is going to be getting a new color palette that's inspired by the classic and original look of the like original Cinderella castle. I love this. Obviously, if you guys remember, which I don't know if you do or not, but I think it was back in 2021 when they changed the whole layout and they made it kind of pink and blue. And so they did that for their 50th anniversary. And then now they announced that it's going to go back and transform to a color palette that echoes its classic design. So the iconic grays, creams, blues, and gold. Now, I personally love this because I love just capturing the essence of, you know, where it came from. And obviously Cinderella's castle was not pink and that blue color. I like that it's going to go back to the original and to see what inspired it, because when it was pink, like, to me, it's like, that's kind of like Sleeping Beauty's castle. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Cinderella castle. So I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be so cool. I remember when I did the Disney College program, that was in like was it 19 or 20? I don't remember. But I remember seeing them. They were doing the whole reconstruction for the new colors, and then we were able to see the new colors before we left the program, and it was cool to see it, but it's like, that to me is not what I picture with the Cinderella castle. So after 4 years, they're going to be reverting back. I'm excited. I think it's a really smart move on their part, and I don't agree with a lot of changes Disney makes because I like the OG rides and everything like that, but I do like this one because it is going back to like OG Cinderella. So very exciting. Okay, our next story, I have to talk to you guys about this because it is so crazy. We have to talk about the Unknown Number Netflix documentary. If you guys have not seen this documentary, I actually need you to cancel all your plans and watch it tonight. I think it's like an hour and a half. It's on Netflix. It is the craziest thing I've seen in my life. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to be spoiling all of it for you. But going into watching the documentary, I knew who was sending the numbers because I found out about this through TikTok, as I do everything I watch. If I could, I wish I would have watched the documentary not knowing who the big grand reveal was, because then I would have been even more shocked, right? But because I knew who it was going in, I was like, oh, I wish I had this big grand reaction, because there are a lot of TikTok videos where someone will record like their mom or their boyfriend watching when they announce who like was actually sending the text, and everyone's like, like a huge reaction. I feel like I would have been absolutely shocked, and I don't think I would have guessed that it was, spoiler, the mom. But I will say, going in to the documentary, and the first half you don't know who it is, but you see like all the texts that this person is sending. Reading all those texts with the knowledge that it's the mom sending the text, I think gives it just like, it makes me even more mad. And I think that if you watched it not knowing, I would go back and watch the first half with the knowledge that it's the mom sending these texts. Like, disgusting. Some of the texts, like, I can't believe it was the mom sending those. And what was even weirder is the mom was being interviewed and talking as though, you know, we were trying to figure out who were sending the text, and we were going into the school and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why are they interviewing her? Why is she doing this? Like, that was crazy to me. And then, of course, the daughter at the end, I can't imagine what that would feel like, because she kept saying, you know, like, she still loves her mom. Like, if that was my mom sending me those texts, oh my, oh my gosh. Like, it's just, I think it's unfathomable. Is that the word? And I don't even know. But to think that the mom could be sending these texts to her daughter and then still act like she didn't really do anything that wrong. I felt so bad for the dad. The fact that he lost all of his things in the storage unit, I felt so bad for him. That made me like really, really upset. So crazy. And the fact that she was also texting the boyfriend and then the new girlfriends of the boyfriend makes me think that she was obsessed with this Owen kid, right? Because why is she sending these gross texts about the boyfriend? Like, the whole situation is so messed up. I don't think she got enough time in jail at all. She needs to be like, I don't even know. There's something not right with her. The documentary was so disturbing. I just don't understand. And the fact, like, and I don't feel like anyone who's being interviewed was like shocked enough or like mad enough. And I've seen that everywhere. So I know I'm not the only one. Like, I feel like no one was mad enough. Like, this was so disgusting and disturbing. And the mom, the fact that she was in the documentary was crazy to me. I was shocked. Even though I knew it was the mom, when I was watching it, I was like, it can't be. Like, why is she talking as though she was helping out? You know what I mean? And she was the one doing it. So I don't know, honestly insane to me. Go watch it if you haven't. It's so crazy. And it also, I mean, again, here we are with the phones and social media. It's so bad. Like, I don't know. I wish that we could all revert to flip phones, honestly, because it's crazy. And I feel so bad for the daughter. And I mean, that's tough stuff to like deal with. Like, I don't even know where you go from there. And I also felt bad for the cousin, the girl cousin, who they were kind of throwing her under the bus. Like, they were just throwing everyone under the bus. That was so crazy to me. But yeah, I was shocked at the documentary, and I feel like I would have been even more shocked if I didn't know. But also, like, seeing the text through like the mom's eyes was insane. So great documentary, just very disturbing. Okay, now you guys, the moment I've been waiting for. Dancing with the Stars. We have the whole entire cast reveal, and we have the dance types that they're doing and the songs that they're dancing to. We're going to be breaking it all down. We'll be recapping every single week because it's just the best show ever. And I kept seeing these funny videos online where it's like, am I getting old because I know like every single celebrity going on Dancing with the Stars? And I was like, wait, me too. So I must be getting really up there because I pretty much know and have heard of every single person on the cast. So that was kind of crazy to think about. But let's break it all down. We're going to talk about everyone. I'm going to talk about my predictions, who I think are going to be in the finale. I'm excited because I always like coming back to this at the end of the season and seeing if I was right or not. All right, let's get into it. Our Dancing with the Stars season 34. All right, first we have Alex Earl and Val. She was one of the first announced to be on this season. She has a huge following, and they are going to be dancing a cha-cha to Circus by Britney Spears. All right, let's talk about this couple. Everyone loves Val. Everyone loves Alex Earl. She has a huge following, and Val has also gained so many followers because he is partners with Alex. I think they are going to do very well, depending on how Alex does. She can move. We've seen that. I feel like she might be stiff depending on certain dances, and I think it's going to be hard for her to get like the technicalities down. So depending on how she does, I need to see how she dances the full dance on Tuesday. They could potentially, based off of her following and just like fan base, and if she also has the dancing along with that, they're going to make top final four for me. It's going to be very interesting to see. And again, like we don't know until like the first week how they're going to do with dancing. And obviously dancing on TikTok is different than being in front of a live audience, especially when they get down to like the more ballroom technical dances. But I think they have it in them fan base wise and potentially technique and talent wise to make it really far. Val's one of my favorite pros. I love Alex. I think they're going to do really well together. So we'll see. They, I think, could make it very far. All right, we have Andy Richter, maybe? Emma Slater. They are also doing the cha-cha to Hold On, I'm Coming by Sam and Dave. Here's the thing. We know when there's an older guy, they do not make it very far at all. Not only because they're not as talented as the younger celebrities, but also they don't have a huge fan base and don't get a lot of votes. Emma tends to get paired with these older guys, and a lot of people think it's because she does like the Dancing with the Stars tour, and she has debunked that rumor. She does not do that. She just does a lot of behind the scenes on her social medias, and I think what it comes down to is she is a very patient person. I think her personality just works better with the people who might not be able to dance very well. I think she just handles them a lot better than other pros could. So it is unfortunate because Emma is probably, I think Emma and Danielle are my favorite female pros. So obviously not being able to see her go far is hard because I love her so much. But, you know, someone's got to be paired with the older guys, unfortunately. I wish they would just not put on the older guys sometimes. Maybe we could just get by a season without doing an old man. But, you know, that's just me. I don't think they're going to do very well. I think they're going to be one of the first people to go home, unfortunately. But again, we never know. He could have like the best personality and be kind of like a barrier or whatever, where everyone wants to keep him the whole time. I don't really see that happening, but I love Emma, so it's unfortunate. All right, we have Baron Davis and Britt Stewart doing a cha-cha to You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. I love Britt. so much. I wish that she would get a really great partner. The thing with Baron is, again, he's a sports guy. I don't know him. I've never heard of him, right? He probably can dance pretty decently, I'm sure. I don't think they're going to have the votes to make it very far, unfortunately. I think if they were on a different season with not so insanely famous celebrities with a high following, they could have made it like pretty decently far. I don't see them making it too far. I see them going home probably midway through the season, unfortunately, unless he comes out and just like is the best dancer we've ever seen and has the greatest personality. There's just some better contenders out there, unfortunately, but I love Britt. All right. Corey Feldman and Jenna Johnson. Okay, well, now that I'm looking at all the female pros, I'm like, wait, no, she's my favorite. I love all the female pros. They're just so good. Like, I just love them. Maybe if I had to pick one, I don't know. I love Emma's personality. I love Danielle's choreography. And I just love Jenna because I've been watching her forever. So, like, it's so hard to pick. Anyway, again, we've seen that they, after the GMA announcement, have not been together and weren't rehearsing. So, I think their first dance is going to be really rough. I don't really think he's going to get a lot of votes. I see them going home very, very early. I see them going home before, like, Andy Richter. I can see them, yeah. They're doing a tango. I don't think they've had enough time to practice. I don't think people are going to like him. I don't know. That's just, like, a feeling I have. Like, I just don't think people are going to vibe with him, especially because Jenna even posted like she hadn't seen him, and I think that put a bad taste in people's mouths. So I don't see them going very far at all, personally, but I love Jenna, so that's unfortunate. But again, she did win last year, so like, you know, whatever. This is one of my favorite pairings, Danielle Fishel and Pasha Pashkov doing a tango to Kelly Clarkson's Stronger. This is going to slay. I don't know why I have this feeling that she is going to be just like the heart of the season. Obviously she's from Boy Meets World, Topanga. I think she is going to do so well. Everyone loves Pasha. I love Pasha. I think they're going to do really, really well. I think she's going to work really, 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 really hard. And I think she's going to kind of get upset at herself if she doesn't do very well. So I think what could happen is like she get in her head, and maybe that would cause her to like maybe make a few missteps. But I can see her improving really, really well throughout the season. I think they're going to have a great partnership. Obviously, everyone loves Pasha and Danielle and their partners together. So I think they're going to do really well. I'm excited for this partnership. I love them a lot. And I'm excited. Speaking of Daniela and Pasha, we have Dylan Efron and Daniela doing a cha-cha to Milkshake. You guys, so Dylan Efron, obviously Zac Efron's brother. I discovered him because he was on the most recent season of The Traitors and won. He is amazing. He not only is obviously very good looking and related to Zac Efron, he has the best personality. He's such a sweetheart. He's going to be the Joey of the season. I really hope he can dance. I feel like he might not be the best dancer, but Daniela, she slays at all choreography. I think she's the best teacher. I think he's going to get a lot of the votes of the male heartthrob of the season. And I think that they have it to go pretty far, depending on how he dances. Again, I would love for her and them to get to the finale. I could see them maybe getting 5th or 6th place, but I love this partnership so much, and I hope that they go really, really far. And he is, like, you guys, once you see his personality, if you haven't seen The Traitors, like, he's so awesome. I'm so excited for that. This next pairing, oh my gosh, Elaine Hendricks and Alan Bernstein, they're doing a cha-cha to Woman by Kesha. I also love this partnership, but again, she's a little bit older than some of the contestants, so I don't know if she's going to be able to make it super, super far, but I love Alan, I love her, and they have been putting out a lot of really great content. Honestly, everyone's been putting out really great content, so I see them making it mid-season. I like them a lot. I think a lot of people are going to like them, but again, I don't know if they're going to have the fan-based votes, because I know a lot of younger kids don't know her from Parent Trap. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love them, though. We'll see how she dances. We'll see. Okay, Hilaria Baldwin and Gleb doing a cha-cha to Let's Get Loud by Jennifer Lopez. Obviously, she's had a lot of previous ballroom experience. A lot of people are not excited that Gleb is back, obviously, because of the whole Brooks Nader situation. But, I mean, he gets a lot of viewership. Like, he has a lot of fans. He's obviously very good looking, and everyone's obsessed with him. I don't see them making it very far. I know a lot of people don't like her, and I know a lot of people aren't happy that he's back. I like Gleb personally. Like, he's a good pro to me. Like, he's just good screen time. You know what I mean? I don't see them making it very far. I think she's going to be a really great dancer, I don't know how she's going to do with certain dances, but I don't see her getting a lot of votes at all. I see them going home very, very, very early. Let's see who's next. Jen Affleck and Jan Ravnik, salsa. They're doing a salsa, and he's the one who was the Taylor Swift backup dancer. So here's where this partnership is very interesting to me. On one hand, you have Jan, who Taylor Swift fans are crazy, and I feel like they could get tons of votes for them. On the other hand, you have Jen from Secret Lives, and you also have Whitney. Whitney, I think, is going to do way better. I think it's not going to be like a split Secret Lives fan base voting for Jen and Whitney, right? So I don't think Jen's going to get any of the Secret Live fans votes. I think Whitney is. So it's going to be interesting to see how the votes play out with them, because I think, is going to get a lot of votes because of the Swifties. I don't think it's going to get a lot of the votes. And I don't know how good of a dancer she's going to be. I can see her not being the best dancer and being like getting very frazzled. And I could be so wrong. Like, this is literally just like my opinion. That means nothing. That's going to be interesting though. I think he's really funny though, from what I've seen. I think if she was on this season without Whitney, they would go further. But again, this could go either way because of the Swifties and her dancing. So we'll see. We'll see. Because again, 2 Secret Lives people, and I don't think she's going to get those votes. All right, next we have Jordan Charles and Ezra Sosa doing a salsa. I think she's going to be one of the best dancers out there. He obviously, everyone loves him. His social media presence is great. I don't know. I don't see them making it to the finals. I think there are going to be more people who have a better or bigger fan base for votes. I see them making it maybe 5th or 6th. Again, I could also see them making it to the finale. I don't think they're going to have the votes. I could be eating my words, and she could end up winning the season because I think she's going to be an amazing dancer. All the gymnasts are amazing dancers. But I don't know. It's going to be so difficult because there's so many people and so many fan bases. It's so interesting to me. Next is Lauren from Fifth Harmony and Brandon Armstrong doing a tango to Yes and by Ariana Grande. It's so funny because Fifth Harmony just reunited at the Jonas Brothers concert, and then they were just announced like last minute. A lot of people figured out that, do you guys remember Bill Belichick's girlfriend? I think her name is Jordan. So there was some credits thing where they listed all the Dancing with the Stars cast, and her name, Jordan's name, was on there. And so people think she was supposed to be with either Sasha, and then that's why Sasha isn't a pro anymore, or Brandon, and then she backed out. Nevertheless, I love Fifth Harmony. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Anyway, I think they're going to do really, really, really well. Everyone loves Brandon. I know there's a lot of Fifth Harmony fans. I can see them going really, really far. I don't know if she's going to be the strongest female dancer out there. But also, she's in Fifth Harmony, so I can also see her being one of the strongest. I got to see her dance. I don't know. That's really going to push to where I think they're going to place. We'll see. Oh my gosh, Robert Irwin, Whitney Carson, a jive to Born to Be Wild. Listen, I love this partnership. I love him. Bindi obviously won with Derek, and I hope and I pray he is a great, amazing dancer, because I could literally see them winning or coming in final 2, because everyone loves Whitney. Everyone loves him. I really hope he can dance. Because I can see them going so far and even taking the season. I don't know. I definitely see them making it to the finals, just depending on his dancing skills. So I'll report back next week, and then we'll again go over this and see if I have changed anything. But love this partnership. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're going to have a huge fan base, and everyone's going to love them. Okay, Scott Hoying from Pentatonics and Riley Arnold doing a tango to Abracadabra. I love them. Everyone's been saying Sharpay and Ryan vibes. I love Pentatonics. Mary, Did You Know? I mean, his album, Pentatonics, the Christmas album, go listen to it. It's going to make you cry. She has a huge fan base. Everyone obviously wanted her with Robert. You don't always get what you want, people. I think their personalities work really well together. I think they're going to do very, very, very well. I don't see them going to the finals because I saw a lot of chatter that people did not know who he was. Obviously, if you didn't listen to Pentatonics, you're not going to know who he was. I think he's going to dance really, really, really well. I hope. We'll see. Again, I'll report back. I think some dances he's going to have a hard time with. I honestly think he'll do better in ballroom dances, like a tango, and not so much like the jive or cha-cha. But I think he is going to be a really great dancer, and I can see them making it like 5th, 6th. I've had a lot of 5th or 6ers here. But yeah, I love that pairing. I think they're going to do really well. Honestly, they should do a Sharpay and Ryan dance because that would go viral. And then, all right, Whitney Levitt, Mark Ballas, Tango to Golden. They are my pick for winners. Let me tell you why. Mark is the best pro. I love Mark so much. His choreography is insane. Anytime he comes back, he kills it. He obviously came back and won with Charli D'Amelio. Whitney, I have been a huge fan of her since Mormon Wives came out and everyone hated on her, and she's the only one I follow, and I'm obsessed with her. I love her TikToks. She's going to kill it. She is going to work so hard. She is going to, mark my words, be the best female dancer out there. I think they're going to go out there and kill every dance. Like, I really think they have what it takes to win it. But I don't know. They're my pick for winners because I just have this feeling. But again, there's other partners where there's a way bigger fan base, right? She obviously has a ton of followers, and Mark is very incredibly loved by so many people. I think if she wasn't with Mark, I wouldn't be saying first place, even though I think she would make it very, very far and be getting very high scores from the judges most weeks. My only thing is she might come out so strong that the judges might be like, you're not improving each week. So I don't know. I'm excited for them and their dances. They're my pick for winners. And I guess it just comes down to votes. And yeah. I'm excited though. This, again, I feel like each season just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I cannot wait to see the dances and to see the scores, the first week scores. And that, again, like after we watch Tuesday, we'll get a better idea. I might come back next Saturday with my list. Again, I think Whitney and Mark are going to be top, and then depending on dancing, Alex and Val, Robert and Whitney. Yeah, I'll have to come back and like write it all out so I can visualize. But I am so excited. I hope you guys are so excited. Definitely, please, if you listen to this podcast, go watch it so that you can come back and listen to my recap every week. I personally love like watching a show and then going to listen to like someone who like recaps it and like just like share thoughts. But yeah, that is this week's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. Hopefully your football teams win. I will report back next week if the Dolphins can get more than like 1 point. But again, all of my links are in the bio and the description boxes. You can go find everything there. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening, and I love you guys so much. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Good Pods, everywhere you can find me, and I will see you next week. Love you guys. Bye.